so easy to get caught up in the excitement, the adrenaline, and just the vibe that happens when you very first step into the start tunnel, and everyone goes out way too fast. Now, there's a time and a place, and you do have to go out a little bit faster, kind of take advantage of how fresh you feel, but you don't want to go out too hot. And so, particularly if it's your very first race, I highly recommend people just take it easy, embrace the excitement, embrace the adrenaline that's going through the body, and just remember that it's a long workout. We have 8 stations to get through, and don't really start actually picking up the pace until, say, like the 5th, 6th station, so that you can bring it home nice and strong and you have something left in the tank.
The biggest mistake that I see most beginners make when they're doing their first HYROX is pacing. They think to themselves, this first run feels great, let's keep ripping. Whereas you should always keep a little bit left in reserve. But when I say a little bit, a lot. Like, you know, if you've been doing some training for the last couple of months and you're just like, yep, I'm starting up this HYROX race, don't go out too hot. Remember, it's a long race. It's going to take anywhere from 50 minutes to 2 hours, depending on where you're currently at. And it also depends what type of race you're doing. Take it easy from the get-go. Don't start ramping it up. You should still feel like 7 out of 10 until you hit the halfway mark. If you're already reaching at like 9 out of 10 and you've only made it through to the sleds or to the burpee, we need to knock it back a little bit. So just take some time. Like if you do get to that point, highly recommend just knocking it down around and just taking around at 60%. So pacing's one thing. I see a lot of mistakes made. Always take it way easier than what you think until you get at least to the halfway mark.
I said, excuse me, you don't understand where I'm at. I was all around the world, on span, across the map.
Well, I feel like everyone says the exact same thing, but going out too hard every time. Everyone does it. Everyone gets told not to do it. I did it. I've done it multiple times. You just get to be excited, but don't do it. I think you should be doing fatigue running at least once a week if you're training HYROX. So incorporating it into any like training session you're doing, and doing it off the heavy leg station, so doing it off sleds and doing it off lunges, because that's what you're going to be doing on the day.
Compromise running is really challenging. Even if you are a really experienced runner and someone that loves running, when you are coming off a ski erg station or a burpee station, your heart rate has been elevated, and it's all about breathing through those first few hundred meters of the run to really try and get the heart rate down and almost, recover as you go, because you don't realize how high your heart rate spikes when you start to implement a different movement. And then going straight into a run, it's quite a high demand. And so it's really important that as you're transitioning through the rock zone and then you get out onto the run course, you're really trying to find that groove again to settle in for the full 1,000 meters. And that's going to really help you kind of absorb that compromise running and be able to pick up your pace that you're really trying to aim for. If ergs are a strong point for you, that's amazing, and you want to lean into that because your strengths are what gets you through it, and then it's, you're banking in enough time so that when it comes to your weakness on your station, you're able to be a little bit more conservative and just, not panic every time that you hit the stations that may concern you a little bit more.
I guess there are two components to improving running on fatigued legs. One is building your zone 2. So if you've got a poor zone 2, building that flushing system, so get the lactic out, is gonna suffer. So build zone 2, that's the first priority. Build zone 2, so easy runs should be easy, keep them easy. Even top of zone 1, mid zone 2. If you're fresh to running, it's gonna be very hard to find zone 1 unless you're probably walking or riding on a bike, which I highly recommend riding on a bike, but build zone 2. Second to that, brick sessions. So brick sessions, kind of like old school triathlon method, but ride a bike really quick and then run, and then ride a bike really quick and then run. So you're bricking these sessions together, and it could be something in the gym where, you might hit 1,000 meters on the bike erg and straight into a 400 meter run, rest 2 minutes, rinse and repeat for 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. So your body is getting used to it. You can also mix in, instead of just doing biking into running, mix in squatting into running, deadlift into running, something that's going to blow the legs up in a different way, and then hit your run and rinse and repeat. And they would be more high intensity efforts. So build zone 2, and then practice brick running on a regular basis. So probably one of the biggest things that I've recently been playing with, obviously we're getting close to a race now, and we're really encouraged to carb load, which I highly recommend. Definitely carb load a couple of days out, all the way up until your race. But I've started cutting carbs off around 75 minutes before my race and not having any until midway through the race. So I was always, eating bananas and having gels all the way up in that last hour. I've been cutting it off a little early, 75 minutes out from my race, and I feel tons better. As long as you're carbed up prior, you had a couple of days of heavy carbs and 8 to 10 grams per kilo of lean mass, I think cutting them out a little earlier than expected, leading straight into your race, because by that point in time, you're carb to the brim. Like, you've got no more you can probably soak up and get out of it. And then maybe a little top up of 25 to 30 grams during your race at the halfway mark would be a bonus, but only if you feel like you need it. Now, best bit of advice I could give heading into the ergs, if you are doing a doubles race, you can lean into a heavy pace on them, and I think you can really maximize that and chop it up more than you think. I think people tend to not want to chop it up because they think they're going to waste time in transition. Just get really good at transition. You're better off chopping it up more than you think and getting good at transition than just trying to hang on to reduce changeover time. That's one thing. Number 2 is if you're doing solo, there's not a lot to gain for an extra, 3 or 4 seconds per 500. You might come off, say, 7 or 8 seconds slower than someone, but to get that 7 or 8 seconds back, you've got to put 25% more effort in, and there's no point. There's not really any point in a solo race to do that, especially if you know that you're going to be hurting in the run after. Remember that I think this is one thing that a lot of people do. They'll do a simulation at home in their home gym that doesn't have a rock zone, that doesn't have aid stations, that doesn't have transition periods. They may not have slightly different turf, they may have slightly different ropes. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to base your time and you're clicking your watch and you're just like, oh cool, I'm at the 8-minute mark, this is where I should be. Doing a simulation back at your home gym and doing one at race day is completely different. Try to go by feel and pace and have a strategy in your mind that's suited to race day. And when you get into race day, treat the rock zone as the run as well. Because if you treat the rock zone as a rest period, your time will blow out a lot. So just keep in mind that all the races are standardized in terms of distance the whole way through, and the rock zone is a run period. It's not a rest period. It's not a time to take a load off. It's run. It's like rock zone is run period, and you need to make sure you stick to your paces there too. Don't take your foot off the gas, or you'll be disappointed with your time.